This is CBC Here and Now.
To announce the start of a $250 million aquaculture project supported both by the federal and provincial governments that will create more than 800 jobs right here.
The official launch of Grieg's aquaculture project on the Burin Peninsula.
It gets millions in loans from the province and Ottawa and promises hundreds of jobs. But what about the risks?
Salmon are escaping. They're breeding with the wallfish, so in a few years down the road, we're going to have the same problem in Placentia Bay as we got in Fortune Bay, Canagra Bay, Norway, BC.
Make sense how there can be a shortage of gas when most everything takes gas now.
I'll slow down on my berry picking this weekend, and I'll more to stay around the cabin. I won't do too much traveling.
Running on empty on the west coast and northern peninsula.
A gas shortage is affecting thousands who are rethinking their weekend plans.
Good evening and welcome to Here and Now. I'm Carolyn Stokes.
And I'm Debbie Cooper. It's a massive project that's promising hundreds of direct and indirect jobs in the Burin Peninsula. Today was the official unveiling of Grieg's aquaculture project and details on millions in loans from the province and Ottawa.
And despite the promises of jobs, the fish farm continues to face opposition. Here and Now's Jane Adey reports from Marystown.
This construction site here behind me in Marystown is where Grieg plans to build its aquaculture hatchery. The company has been working towards this project for the past 4 years, and today it became official. The company is moving ahead. Hundreds filled a ballroom at the Hotel Marystown to hear the announcement in person.
Today I'm pleased to announce the start of a $250 million aquaculture project supported both by the federal and provincial governments that will create more than 800 jobs right here.
Most of those jobs will be during the construction phase of the hatchery. 128 jobs will be directly tied to salmon production. The federal government will invest $10 million. The province is showing support for the job creation with its checkbook too.
The provincial government will be supporting the project with a $30 million repayable investment through the Aquaculture Capital Equity Program. $30 million from the provincial government in a repayable loan.
There has been significant opposition to the use of open net pens in the waters of Placentia Bay. Grieg President Thomas Grieg says he understands the public's desire to protect the environment.
We appreciate the diligent processes that we have been through because we think it is important that the community around understands the environmental impact that our project has, and that we are doing everything we can to minimize it and ensure that there will never be a lasting environmental impact from our projects.
For Dan Kelly, though, assurances aren't enough. He says this marks the beginning of a troubled future for Placentia Bay.
Let's clean up what we got here first, put this on land, and everybody be happy, the fish will be happy, will be good for our environment. We don't have no worries about 10 years down the road here talking to you guys and saying that, look, we got the Placentia Bay polluted now, so now we're going to move somewhere else.
The Atlantic Salmon Federation is appealing to the government to take a closer look. It says that the environmental impact statement process was rushed through. Meanwhile, Grieg says that those machines down there will start digging into the land early next week. Jane Adey, CBC News, Marystown.
Meanwhile, the opposition is reacting to today's announcement. The Conservatives say it's all political, while the New Democrats want to proceed with caution.
This was inevitable since the government has given an approval to the environmental impact statement, and in their wisdom, the Ball Liberal government has decided to have this party down in Marystown during the by-election.
This industry is just on the cusp, and when we look at what's happening in other parts of the world, there are perhaps better ways, safer ways to do this industry, and we have to make sure that we are also at the leading edge in terms of how we allow that industry to develop in our province.
In other news now, a fuel shortage on the West Coast and Northern Peninsula has drivers worried. The gasoline terminal in Corner Brook had major mechanical issues and could not distribute fuel to stations throughout the area. And people have been scrambling to fill up. Here Now's Colleen Connors has been following this story. She's live with us now from one of the gas stations that ran out. So Colleen, what is the latest?
Well, Debbie, that's right. I'm standing here in a gas station in downtown Corner Brook that is usually very busy, and guess what? Absolutely no gas. Earlier today, they were offering Supreme gas when they ran out of regular, but obviously throughout the day, they've completely run out here at this Irving in downtown. And it's all because of this mechanical problem, which we're told this evening it has been fixed at the terminal in Corner Brook. So take a look at this terminal. This is owned by Imperial Oil, and this is where all the gas is stored in the Corner Brook area. It couldn't load gas or fuel properly into the supplier trucks earlier this week. So the trucks, of course, like Seaboard Transport, couldn't fill up and distribute gasoline properly. And you know what? That gas shortage caused some major lineups and chaos, starting in the Northern Peninsula where they ran out of gas, and then it trickled down here to Corner Brook over the period of today. People were rushing to fill up their trucks, their cars, even extra gas cans, because it was really unclear how long this long gas shortage, how long it was going to last. People were starting to change their weekend plans, saying maybe we won't hit the highway and go camping or go to the cabin if we don't know how long this gas shortage is going to last. And of course, that little bit of chaos or worry caused long lineups at the pumps today. Have a listen to what some people had to say. Is it going to change your plans this weekend again? Tell me one more time.
No, I'll slow down on my berry picking this weekend, and I'll more to stay around the cabin. I won't do too much traveling.
And where's your cabin again?
Howling?
So you think you have enough gas to get there and back?
Oh yes, I have lots of gas. A quarter of a tank, that's what I'll take.
It sucks because it's a way I get to school and a way everyone gets around. Like, it doesn't really make sense how there can be a shortage of gas when most everything takes gas now.
So just like that, here we are live television. A Seaboard Transport supplier truck has just arrived in this parking lot and is filling up the tanks with gas. So the problem has been resolved at the Imperial Oil terminal, and the gas is quickly getting to all of the stations in this area. Some of the suppliers even went all the way to the East Coast to fill up and come by chance in St. John's and bring that gas back to the West Coast. So just as we speak, this place is getting filled up with gas, and these signs should come down shortly. Live in Corner Brook tonight, I'm Colleen Connors for Here and Now.
That's really horrible. Oh my gosh.
Judy Powers seeing photos of her wrecked car for the first time while telling us how thankful she is to all who helped during her crash. Later on Here and Now, we'll talk to her about what happened and how it's affected her.
Well, the eye of Hurricane Florence made landfall in North Carolina today. The drama and destruction as Hurricane Florence crashes into the Carolina coastline. Major flooding, massive storm surges, and rescues are all unfolding today. Florence made landfall this morning at 7:15 local time near Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina. Winds have been gusting to 170 kilometers an hour with sustained speeds of 145 kilometers. Some communities have already been lashed by 300 millimeters of rain with nearly a meter of precipitation expected. The storm surge has pushed water several kilometers inland, overflowing local rivers, and that's trapped 150 people, prompting rescue efforts in New Bern, North Carolina. Now, this was the scene last night. High winds tearing down a gas station in Topsail Beach, North Carolina. There's also widespread flooding. More than 60 people had to be pulled from a collapsing motel at the height of the storm. Many more who defied evacuation orders were hoping to be rescued. About 500,000 homes and businesses are without power so far, most of those in North Carolina. Forecasters say this storm could linger for days, and officials warn residents not to get complacent.
Sun rose this morning on an extremely dangerous situation, and it's getting worse. The storm is going to continue its violent grind across our state for days. and be a major inland event as well.
Forecasters say that given the storm's size and sluggish track, it could cause epic damage, similar to that of Hurricane Harvey in Houston about a year ago.
Well, the super typhoon that's raging in the Philippines and Southeast Asia is showing no signs of letting up. Typhoon Mangkhut has caused widespread flooding and thousands are being forced to flee their homes.
As I look outside, it's just nobody's there and it's very eerie. And, you know, the rain is just pouring and the wind is howling.
The storm is driven by winds of up to 300 kilometers an hour. The torrential rain is causing significant damage and fear of more flooding. It could be one of the strongest and most damaging storms the region has faced. Thousands are taking refuge in shelters and officials are stockpiling food, water, and other supplies. The last typhoon like this was 5 years ago. It killed more than 7,000 people.
Wow, Cape Breton has opened a new playground and beach designed for people of all ages and abilities. Many are hoping it'll become a blueprint for outdoor play spaces. Gary Mansfield has the story.
Leanne Butler and her 6-year-old daughter, Brooklyn, are enjoying the day at the park.
Kids all play together. The equipment accommodates all of them. It's nice.
Ready, set, go!
Butler believes the new accessibility park and beach in North Sydney has leveled the playing field for many with mobility challenges.
Usually we can't get out places like this where she can play with kids, and she loves to be outside. She loves to have fun and play with kids.
I see that she loves to swing too.
She does, yeah.
Great big smile.
Yeah.
Higher it goes, the better it is.
She loves to go high.
Because he's got a disability, it doesn't make him any different from another child.
Nicole McNeil's 9-year-old son, Devin, loves swinging too, playing in the sandbox and rolling to the beach on the wheelchair mats.
He gets excited and he loves it, and that's just that's all he wants. He just wants the same. He wants to play on a playground like any other child.
Marcy Squire Stanley is an advocate for persons with disabilities. She helped design the park.
Having something like this is really great for children with disabilities, for parents, and for everybody, really. It's a win-win situation.
Would have been nice to have something like this when I was a little girl.
Fran Tessier says the inclusive park gives her an opportunity to explore and attend local talent shows.
Extremely important. It gives you a lot more freedom and mobility, and you don't feel like you're being excluded.
More?
The society that runs the facility says everyone is welcome. Gary Mansfield, CBC News, North Sydney.
Nice. Well, that's playing fair, but this isn't.
Thieves stole a truckload of vegetables from Roots Farm in Bay Roberts this week.
Heads of broccoli were cut clean off, carrots and cabbage yanked out. The veggie burglars even left the small stuff behind to rot.
The farm owners say whoever raided them was out for more than a meal, taking over $1,000 worth of vegetables. And they still have enough left, though, to harvest, but say they are devastated someone would take so much of their crop.
Wow.
Outright theft. It's not funny because it's just vegetables, but pretty hard to catch the thieves, I would imagine.
I don't know how they would unless they have video cameras on the farm, but yeah, this is a first story. I haven't heard of this kind of theft before.
Either.
There's going to be giveaways, there's going to be a bike rodeo for kids, and there's going to be, I think, a contest for decorating your bikes.
Bike Fest is coming to the city of St. John's. I'll tell you what it is coming up on Here and Now.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, tomorrow marks a little-known anniversary in St. John's.
Yeah, it'll be 70 years since the last trolley ran through St. John's. That's September 15th, 1948.
This day in history, September 15th, 1948. The St. John's Streetcar makes its last run through the city's downtown. A 48-year-old institution is no more. The streetcar made its first run in 1900. It was operated by Sir Robert Reed of the Reed Newfoundland Company. For a nickel, people were picked up and dropped off anywhere along the route. The trolleys had become obsolete, and they were replaced by buses. A St. John's institution came to an end on this day in history, September 15th, 1948.
Wow. Love that footage and the horse-drawn carriages as well.
Yeah.
Just 70 years. What
Wow.
a difference.
It would be so nice to have trolleys in downtown St. John's. It's so charming.
It would be nice to get a nice forecast for the weekend.
Oh,
Speaking
well,
of nice.
good, because I have just what you need then, because tomorrow is looking so nice. My word of advice, if you're on the island and you can get out tomorrow, because I don't know how many more days we'll have left like this. I would bet not many. I'll get to that in just a second. I'm going to start with this wind warning that's in place for the eastern portion of the northern peninsula, St. Anthony, Roddickton, the Canada Bay area. Gusts up to 100 kilometers tonight, and that should continue throughout the day tomorrow. This evening, some more rain and mixed potentially with snow for the Nain area, as well as chance of showers for Labrador City and Happy Valley Goose Bay. The island looking fairly clear, some cloud cover, and you can see a bit of a drizzle there for tomorrow morning. So these are your overnight lows on the island. 9 degrees in St. John's with a bit of cloud cover. Windy, as I mentioned, for the northern peninsula east. For Labrador, Nain could see about 5 millimeters of rain tonight and only about 2 to 4 for Lab City overnight tonight. So Saturday, Labrador, you can see lots of shower activity there, but the island is going to start kind of cloudy along the coastline. There some morning drizzle, but it should start to clear off. And central, you are in for some nice temperatures tomorrow. So as I mentioned, some morning drizzle potentially for St. John's and the south coast there. 22 degrees as the high for St. John's with a mix of sun and cloud later in the afternoon. But as we head west into central, look at this, 28 degrees. It's like the beginning of August all over again with a humidex of 31. So yeah, really great day. Again, morning drizzle for the coastline there. 19 as the high for Harbor Breton, but yeah. And the west coast looking great too. A humidex of 30, temperature highs of 25 degrees, lots of sunshine to enjoy. A southwesterly wind, 30 gusting to 50, so it's going to be kind of breezy, but at least it will be warm. Now for the Straits area, St. Anthony looking at that wind continuing tomorrow, gusts potentially up to 100. Temperatures around the 20-degree mark with a chance of some afternoon showers. It should start fairly nice, but yeah, those showers you see there will be moving in later in the afternoon. For the rest of Labrador, some more shower action, some drizzle for Nain and for Makkovik tomorrow, and a chance of some morning showers for Lab City and Churchill Falls and Happy Valley Goose Bay. Temperatures in the mid-teens and northwesterly winds 30 gusting to 50, so it should be kind of breezy there in the west as well. And that's your forecast. Debbie, back to you.
Thanks, Carolyn. Well, the NDP candidate for the Windsor Lake by-election had a nasty surprise this morning. Carrie Claire Neal woke up to find her campaign transportation, her bicycle, had been stolen. But as Ryan Cook shows us, things turned around with some help from the power of social media.
So Carrie Claire, the bike is back. Can you kind of walk me through like what happened today?
Well, yeah, I got up this morning. I was gonna go to Munn and do a few errands, and when I left my house, I had my helmet on, and I went to get on my bicycle, and it was gone. So I just immediately, I kind of got on Twitter, and I was like, oh no, like if anyone can share, help me find my bike. You know, I called the RNC to report it was missing, and yeah, somebody found it. just behind the old grocery store in Churchill Square, and was kind enough to bring it up to headquarters, which is incredible. So it really shows the power of social media.
Yeah. Did you expect to get it back this soon?
No, I have to say I've had bikes stolen before, and you never saw them again. So it really means a lot to have it back. It's incredible.
So can you just kind of tell me about what this bike has meant to you, and also I understand it's been a bit of a part of your campaign as well.
Yeah, you know, my bicycle is my main form of transportation. I low-income earner, so I can't really afford a car with the price of gas and insurance these days. So, you know, I get around on my bicycle, and it's not always easy in the city with all the hills, but it keeps me in shape. And yeah, when I first was getting signatures for the nomination, I had to bike up to Airport Heights a few times and get people's signatures, but thankfully now that the campaign is underway, I've had a few volunteers to give me a ride, which is nice. So
can you tell me a bit about the condition, I guess, of the bike since you got it back?
Yeah, it looks like we got a bit of a flat tire, which could maybe be a blessing because I guess that's why they decided to ditch it. So yeah, I brought up my bike pump here, but it looks like it's going to need a bit more work than that.
Yeah. You got a lot of offers from people too, didn't you? People who were saying, hey, take my bike.
Yeah, it was really incredible. I guess, you know, we're getting out of the summer, so people are putting their bikes away, and yeah, it was really nice to see, you know, so much kindness come out of such a horrible event.
Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ryan.
And now that she has her bicycle back, the NDP candidate can take part in the city's first Bike Fest this Sunday. The free cycling event aims to shut down parts of the downtown and let bikes take over.
City Council hopes it will show that biking is a bigger thing in St. John's than most people think. Here now's Jeremy Eaton has our story.
On Sunday, this part of Water Street will see a different kind of traffic.
Sunday around 10 a.m., the street's going to be closed down. There's a section of Water Street that we're on, and what's going to happen is a whole bunch of bikes are going to show up. It's going to be folks from around town who already cycle, and there's also going to be people, I hope, that haven't cycled, they're thinking about doing it and want to learn more.
Bike Fest will offer up a lot of activities like an obstacle course, bike parade, safety checks, and a guided ride. But ultimately, the city wants feedback.
We're kicking off our bike master plan reviews. We're going to try and make cycling safer in St. John's. That's what this really is all about. And we're going to have a chance for you to talk with our team that are working on that to give your ideas and learn more.
The Avalon Mountain Bike Association will be leading the group ride. Vice President Adam Churchill says the group is going through a bit of a revival. The nonprofit organization was happy to team up with the city for Bike Fest, anything to help more cyclists be more visible on the roads.
It's certainly a challenge. As a cyclist, I'm not only a mountain biker, but I do commute. I do it for fitness and recreation as well. It is a challenge, and it can be quite scary. But it does look like there's a lot of positive action and movement to accept it and embrace it and improve it.
The Trailway is a popular spot for cycling on the Northeast Avalon, but there's not much else for off-road riding. That's something Churchill would like to see changed.
But also some thoughtful development in terms of the mountain bike trails that are here in the city. I think St. John's is probably one of the last cities to have some sort of formal or recognized trail system. There are some recognized trails that are here, but I think a lot more can be done.
One of the biggest issues for both Lane and Churchill is trying to figure out just how many people are out there riding bikes.
That's $1 million question. So something that we're actually really interested in trying to ascertain and figure out, you know, how many people are actually doing it, because I think that will give some weight to, you know, development and to different organizations to support us and to the riders to do it.
The thing is that we can talk about bike lanes and bike trails all we want, but the point is, you know, the fact is, if we don't understand how to share a trail or a road, we're never going to have safe cycling. Education is probably the most important part of having cycling in any city.
Bike Fest gets underway at 10 a.m. on Sunday morning and runs until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Jeremy Eaton, CBC News, St. John's.
Maybe Jeremy will be there. I wonder how many will come out.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a nice day for it anyways. Not as nice as Saturday, but Sunday's forecast is looking pretty good. 16 degrees in St. John's with a mix of sun and clouds. So
sounds great.
Yeah, I'll have more on that later.
That's really horrible.
She's lucky to be alive, and now she wants to thank the people who rescued her from a serious accident. That story is next. Welcome back. Well, lucky to be alive. That's how Judy Power feels after a frightening accident Sunday on the highway near Paddy's Pond, just outside St. John's. Power lost control of her car and veered off the road, landing hard in the ditch. Police determined she was not using her cell phone at the time, but she was distracted for just a few seconds, but that's all it took. I reached Judy Power earlier as she looked at the wreckage of her car for the very first time.
Oh, wow. That's really horrible. Oh my gosh. That's horrible. Sorry, this is my first time looking at the pictures. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I just don't know. I don't remember anything until I was upside down and the seatbelt was really restricting across my neck. And, you know, I've still got the marks and whatever bruises from that.
Wow.
You know, everything was the left, like the bruising here. But, you know, considering how awful that looked, you know, it's nothing really major. I mean, I have a compressed fracture in my thoracic spine.
You were actually hanging upside down, caught in your seatbelt, and that's what's caused all that bruising across you.
Yes, and basically that's how I was still staying, you know, in that position because of the seatbelt. My seatbelt saved my life. The first firefighter that came, he told me he's a firefighter, and I guess he was off duty, and I just said, please don't leave me. Don't leave me alone. He said, no, I'm not going anywhere, and he held my hand. He stayed with me the whole time. He would keep talking to me to try to, I guess, keep me calm. When it was suggested to take my seatbelt off, there was a female, and she was a nurse, and she said, you know, you can't take her seatbelt off. If you do, she's going to fall. So no, this firefighter, you know, was very supportive, never left my side, kept talking to me, holding my hand, and I can't even say enough words of how helpful he was. And then the firefighters that had to come in and maneuver me out, and I know the paramedics were there then too, because this, you know, board had to go onto my back. They were all just phenomenal.
As you reflect on such a close call, what stands out for you?
I just have a whole different way of looking at things now because I was in that accident. I could have died. The paramedics and firefighters said that usually when they come to see a vehicle in that kind of condition, that it's usually a serious injuries or a fatality. I just feel so grateful to be alive, to be walking, to not be that injured that I, you know, other than, like I said, back pain and soreness. And also to realize that how fast something can happen to you once you've lost control of your vehicle. That's it. You just don't know what is about to happen.
And you were not texting, which people think first off, oh, they must have been distracted by their phone, and you really don't have any idea what distracted you.
Not really. I cannot really say what it was. I just remember closing my eyes and just praying to God that I lived through it.
Well, Judy Power, I'm so glad that you are as well as you are and that you were able to speak with us today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I can definitely see why she's so emotional and grateful.
Oh, the wreckage is incredible. As I said to Judy, you know, she didn't know what happened, what distracted her. She doesn't know if she looked at the radio or a purse or anything. She just wants to remind people, You just have to be totally focused when you're on the highway. So a good point that she wanted to share.
Yeah, it can happen like that, I suppose. All right, well, change of pace now. Many of you have a hobby or just a thing that you like to do in your spare time, and that's what our What Are You At feature is all about.
And tonight, the CBC's Mark Cumby is going to introduce us to a bunch of adult Lego enthusiasts who meet in St. John's for some quality brick time together.
What are you at? Most of us have played with Legos at some point in our lives. After all, the humble Lego brick has been around since 1949. Some people take Legos very seriously. People like Matthew Zwicker. He's a founding member of a local lug. What the heck is a lug? Well, I'll let Matthew explain.
The name of our group is actually called Newfoundland Lug, and the LUG stands for Lego Users Group. So essentially we're just a group of like-minded individuals who've come together over the passion of Lego, and you know, that manifests itself in different ways. We collect retail sets, we build our own models. Some of our members have minifigure collections, and basically we meet on a monthly basis, and we come together to show off what we've made or talk about new Lego news and things like that, and it's really interesting. Lego Castle is kind of my thing. And so I'm always in the pursuit of saying, how can I make this the most realistic possible using Lego as a medium? How can I make this look almost real, jump out at you? You know, how can you make a flowing river kind of just look like it's flowing, but it's kind of stopped in time?
Okay, so Matthew loves Legos, but how did this lug start?
You know, we're here at Bricks and Minifigs, and John, who's the owner of Bricks and Minifigs, he used to be down at the Sunday market down at the CLB Armory. And so one of my friends said, hey, you know, there's a guy down there selling Lego.
I knew that there was a group of people around who were like-minded because I was seeing them coming in over a period of time to the CLB. And I knew that they weren't meeting each other because they were coming in at different times, but that they were all out there. So we had discussed that maybe we should try and get a group together. Once the store opened, we had a place that we could meet. Lo and behold, here we are with adults who on a couple of days' notice can put together 4 or 5 tables full of their own builds and bring them out for a fun evening.
Okay, so we have the store, the lug, but why Lego?
Within Lego, there's various themes. You got Star Wars, you got Lego City, Castle, and it's interesting to meet different members of the group and see, you know, what are you into? You into the Castle side? You into Star Wars, sci-fi? Really, the possibilities are endless.
The ability to use your imagination to take a pile of bricks and turn it into what you want to make it. And whether you have the exact right pieces to make what you want or whether you don't, in your mind you can make it.
Produced in collaboration with our colleagues at CBC Radio's Weekend AM with Heather Barrett.
And you can catch that show and hear from these Lego enthusiasts tomorrow from 6 to 9:30 Newfoundland time on CBC Radio.
There's a lot of fish here for some reason, which is why the sharks are here.
Tracking great white sharks in the waters off Nova Scotia. That story is coming up next.
Welcome back to Here and Now. Less than a week to the Windsor Lake by-election, there are accusations of slander from one of the candidates. PC candidate Ches Crosby is accusing Liberal candidate Paul Antle of being in a conflict. He says Antle's company is negotiating a shipyard deal with government for Marystown. Antle says there is no deal. At this candidates' debate in St. John's today, Antle accused Crosby of slandering him.
Well, I'm really disappointed with Mr. Crosby. I mean, he's made a couple of references now to there being some wrongdoing in my shipyard getting work from another shipyard. He doesn't have the facts. He doesn't know what went on, what the story is, and I find it somewhat distasteful, dishonorable, and showing a lack of integrity for the political process that he would try and make something personal when we're supposed to be debating the issue. So I took exception to that.
Well, I simply draw attention to some facts, and people are free to draw the inferences they wish to from those facts. Mr. Antle is a Liberal candidate and at the same time is involved in heavy dealings with the Liberal government down in Marystown. What shape exactly the ultimate outcome of these deals will take, we'll have to see. But it does raise a question about the appropriateness of that, being a candidate at the same time as heavy dealings are going on with the government.
Well, we go to Nova Scotia for this next story. It might not be widely known, but there are great white sharks in the waters off that province.
And now, thanks to electronic devices, we know their every move. Colleen Jones has that story.
It's calm when Darren and Erica Porter launched their boat. They set off before 6 a.m. to see what sharks are still hanging out in the Minas Basin. With Erica keeping an eye out and Darren, one hand on the rudder, the other on his GPS, they're heading out past some of Nova Scotia's most scenic sites to find their 42 receivers. Each one will tell a story. As a lifetime fisherman, Darren got interested in tracking sharks after reading an Acadia University study years ago.
The reason I get into acoustics personally was I really truly wanted to track those sharks.
Erica's also a fisher and shares her father's passion. She remembers last year, the first time they found Pumpkin, a 2.7-meter female great white.
Almost like anybody's reaction, like there's white sharks here. Like that's really cool. You know, I never thought of it before, I guess, and now it's totally normal, I feel like.
As they get to each marker, Erica grabs hold of it and hoists it in. This is the receiver, and each one contains a lot of data about what's down below.
Well, there's 3 tagged for sure. We might find more today yet, we don't know. If I know the fish, like if I know the number, like I'll be able to look up Andel, which was here this spring, Pumpkin, and Myra.
Great
quick.
whites.
Yeah, the 3 great whites I know about that's up here. I already memorized their numbers so I can look their numbers up.
After pulling in just a few of the receivers, they find out that 2 of the great whites are still in the hood.
Yeah. There's a lot of fish here for some reason, which is why the sharks are here. So the sharks are here for this activity. And I assume they're here for the striped bass and the sturgeon, stuff like that, right? The newest thing I've seen so far today was that we have Myra and Pumpkin in Parisville.
2 groups they share data with, the Atlantic White Shark Conservancy out of Massachusetts and Dalhousie University's Ocean Tracking Network. They've tagged the sharks, but it's these 2 fishers with their computers on board collecting the scientific information.
They're a top predator. They kind of, they even scare me, right? I mean, I'm not swimming with them, right? I mean, I love to see them. I get excited when I track them, and it's just fun. And I want to see them protected. And I want to see people awareness brought up.
He hopes the work he and his daughter are doing helps other researchers discover more about the great whites. Colleen Jones, CBC News on the Minas Basin.
Here's a live shot of St. John's Harbor from the room's camera. It was a pretty gray day in St. John's today, a little bit misty. We only got up to a high of 12 degrees, but don't worry, tomorrow it's going to be different. It could actually get up to about 21 degrees. And if you're in central areas, boy, you're in for a scorcher of a day tomorrow. I'll have all those details coming up after the break.
I don't know about you, Carolyn, but I was freezing all day. Air conditioning on blast. It was 12 degrees.
12 degrees as the high today. We're not used to these temperatures. No. It's been such an amazing summer, and tomorrow is going to be great, but then things really take a turn. Looking at the long range, it really cools down next week. So if you can, get out tomorrow and enjoy it. So let's have a look at the highs today. As I mentioned, 12 degrees as the high in St. John's, but in Badger, Deer Lake, Corner Brook, looking like a great day today with some nice warm temperatures. Even Labrador in the mid-20s there today. So some nice temperatures. We do have a wind warning in effect for the eastern portion of the northern peninsula. Gusts up to 100 kilometers an hour. That's for tonight, and it will continue through to tomorrow. This evening, we do have some showers in Labrador, particularly in Nain. Tomorrow morning, it's going to start off fairly gray along the south coast. You can see a few little showers, a little bit of drizzle there, so it could be a bit misty to start the day, but it should start to clear off. And you can see in Central just lots of sunshine expected there for tomorrow. The St. Anthony area, along with those winds in the afternoon, you could see a shower as well, and some showers for parts of Labrador as well. So the island looking at 22 degrees as the high in St. John's, a mostly cloudy day, but should clear off in the afternoon. 25 degrees in Marystown with a mix of sun and cloud, and Grand Falls, Windsor, Gander, 28 degrees, and with the humidex, it's going to feel more like 31. So yeah, it's going to be a really nice warm day tomorrow. A little bit breezy, southwesterly winds, 30 gusting to 50 on the west coast. Corner Brook, 25 degrees, and the humidex there is going to be around 30. St. Anthony, cooler up there, 19 degrees with those afternoon showers, and that wind should continue throughout the day. So for Labrador, not quite as nice as the island for sure. Cartwright just getting up to a high of 8 degrees with some showers tomorrow. Northwesterly wind, 20 gusting to 40 along the coast there. Lab City, 16 degrees as the high there with some morning showers, and quite a drizzly day coming for the Nain area. So as we get into Saturday night, looking at some showers for the northern peninsula and parts of Central and parts of Labrador. You can see there things do cloud over for Sunday early in the day. Perhaps a shower there on the Avalon Peninsula early on Sunday, but it should clear off as the day continues. So South Coast could see a little bit of drizzle there, but mostly sunshine for the island on Sunday. Not as nice as Saturday, 16 as the high in the east, 18 for Central and the west, and much cooler for Labrador, 9 degrees, not even in the double digits for Sunday for Lab West with some cloudy skies. So as we get into Sunday night and Monday, it's gonna really take a turn. Things are gonna get wet. We're looking at some rain moving through on Monday. 12 degrees again as the high for pretty much the whole island, so it's gonna be a very wet start to the work week. And for Labrador, 7 degrees, and the east could see some flurries mixed with those showers. So you can see what I mean about the temperatures taking a turn. Foreseeable future, not looking that great. 21 tomorrow, but next week, lots of showers. Temperatures barely cracking the double digits, and similar story for central areas. Some cool temperatures heading into next week, and as well for the western portion of the island. Some wet weather, cool temperatures, barely in the double digits. Eastern Labrador cooling down as well. Some sunshine for Wednesday and a high of 10 degrees. And for Western Labrador, you have that -1 for an overnight low there, and not even in the double digits there as you head into next week. That's your forecast. Debbie, back to you.
welcome back once again. Something stinks at the Toronto Zoo, and it's not what you think. It's not manure.
Yes, it's something much worse, a corpse flower. They only bloom every 10 years or so, and this one started blooming late last night. They're calling it Pablo Picasso.
Dear.
Yeah, it doesn't really roll off the tongue. And this is native to Indonesia.
It's often described as smelling like a rotting corpse. Thankfully, I've never smelled that or that flower. It helps attract the carrion beetles and flies it relies on for pollination.
The smelly show is expected to last for only about 36 hours, and I'd say that's a good thing.
Let's turn a corner now and see who's celebrating birthdays and anniversaries this week. Happy birthday to Mildred Corbett of Stephenville Crossing, who's turning 90 years old this Sunday, September 16th. Congratulations to Leslie and Hope Cole of Grand Falls, Windsor, now living in Kitchener, Ontario, whose 65th anniversary is coming up on Monday. Happy 90th birthday to Teresa Fifield of St. John's. Her big day was yesterday. Happy 92nd birthday to Marie Lannon of Bishops Falls, who celebrated on Sunday the 9th. Also celebrating her 92nd birthday this week is Mary Follett of Corner Brook. Her special day was Tuesday the 11th. And this happy couple celebrated their 60th anniversary on Monday. Congratulations to Ernest and Elizabeth Wheeler from Mount Pearl. They were married in Bishops Falls in 1958.
Happy 95th birthday to Pearl McDonald of Hermitage, whose special day was September 11th. Belated birthday greetings and congratulations to James Squires of Burlington, who celebrated his 90th birthday on August 28th. Happy 91st birthday to Roy Sansom of St. John's, who celebrated on Tuesday, September 11th. Happy 99th birthday yesterday to Alice Goodyear, who lives in Corner Brook. Happy birthday today to Mabel Saunders of Corner Brook. Mabel is 95 years old. Happy 95th birthday as well to Ron Torville of St. John's.
It's a 90th birthday tomorrow for Irene Bursey. Happy anniversary to Doretha and Harvey Rumbold from Mary's Harbor, Labrador, who celebrated their 50th anniversary on the 11th. A big anniversary today for Leonard and Marion Pye of Lethbridge, who've been married for 70 years. Congratulations. Happy 50th anniversary to Bob and Mary Green of Paradise, currently at their summer home in Pound Cove. Happy 54th anniversary to Bob and Marg Shepherd in Bishops Falls. They celebrated on Wednesday. Happy 55th wedding anniversary today to Boyd and Bertha King of Paradise.
Congratulations to Florence and Bill Spurl of St. John's. They're celebrating their 55th wedding anniversary. Happy 96th birthday today to Nehemiah Stringer, originally from Little Heart's Ease, now living in Conception Bay South. Happy birthday to Merle Berkshire of Elliott's Cove, Random Island, who will be celebrating his 98th birthday this coming Tuesday. Happy 55th wedding anniversary to Evelyn and Sid Butt, coming up on the 18th. Here's another couple marking their 70th anniversary today. Congratulations to Art and Mary Sturge of St. John's. Best wishes to Herman and Marina Harris, who are celebrating 61 years of marriage today.
Congratulations to Daphne and Bill Callahan of St. John's. It's their 62nd wedding anniversary. Happy 90th birthday to Brendan Lewis from Colliers, whose special day is tomorrow. Best wishes to Marjorie Party of Bonavista, who will celebrate her 90th birthday on the 25th. Happy 53rd anniversary to Mary and Jeremiah Osman of Channel Portabasque. And congratulations to Roland and Bessie Wells of Cox's Cove, who will celebrate their 65th wedding anniversary tomorrow.
We have just enough time to have a look at our viewer photo of the day. Isn't this gorgeous?
Beautiful. It's so calm, the reflection of the clouds, beautiful.
Color. This was taken in Ganter, Cobb's Pond.
Oh, yes. I've seen the sign for it. I've never been off the highway and going down to Cobb's Pond, but very popular, I understand. I can see why.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, Patricia Budden, for sending this in. And if you have a weather photo, please send it along. Email it to nlphotos@cbc.ca.
That's our program for this Friday. Thank you so much for joining us, and it was nice to be back.
Good to have you back.
Have a great weekend, everyone. See you on Monday.
Good night.